and the last few days until the draft.
Yes, that is a very important stream to follow. This one happening, I believe, this Friday and this Saturday. But before we get anywhere near the draft, I think we should start by showing the prize pools of all the tiers, so that people know what it is they are playing for this season.
Indeed, indeed.
I'll
So,
let you take us through them. Yeah.
yeah. So in total, we are paying out this season £600 of prize pool. This might seem low compared to before, but we also have taken into account we have now 5 weeks of league play instead of 9. So there is a lot more packed action to get to that desired price.
Definitely. I mean, we have, I believe, is it 1 season of pre-made and 2 seasons of draft now per year instead of the previous 2 seasons or 2 leagues per year.
Exactly. So we wanted to give players the opportunity to play more often in RSC during the year, and so we have gone with the draft format as the preferred pick for 2 seasons within the calendar year. First, the quote unquote spring season or winter season where we now are, like the first part of the year. Then during the summer months, we will have the legacy format, which some people of you may know from the original League ERS or IEL. And then we are going back to draft again. So that's how the season is gonna look like now. And we have same preparation, slightly bit shorter time frame, with 5 weeks of league play, 10 matches to play, and then a double elimination bracket.
That is very well put. I have a lovely script that I copied, because usually we have a video about now, but it hasn't been updated for this season due to just all the other work happening in the background. So I'm just going to paraphrase the script that would appear to explain the draft format for any viewers who aren't aware of how the draft format works. So RSC as a grassroots league ranges from Diamond to SSL. As you saw on the prize pool screen, there are 6 tiers where all players are divided between 20 franchises. Each franchise has 1 roster in each tier consisting of 4 players. Every single player gets drafted to a franchise. The way these are decided is first done by the draft lottery that happens today, where the franchises will take from a pick bag, which we will see later on. After that, we then go into the draft that will happen on this Friday, where every single player who signs up for the league gets put on a team, and they have to show their worth to the franchise to remain as one of the 4 spots that a franchise will keep at the end of preseason. After that, as Mutz has already said, league play will take place over a 5-week period with 2 games being played each week. Once the league play has concluded, we will head into the double elimination bracket, much like Mutz said, where we will crown the title of RSC-EU champion for all of the tiers. So that is a quick rundown of the draft. I don't know if Mutz has anything else to add besides that slight scripted spiel I just had to quickly give.
There's one thing that needs to be said, that we have tightened the transfer rules, and so you will have only a small window to actually make transfers. So the draft will matter this season quite a lot. And to lower players within value range, you not only have the advantage, you have an advantage that the higher players don't have. You are cheaper in your range because the teams are actually having a budget cap. So it's not like, especially in Academy, for example, or in Master, where only the best players generally are picked, but also the best players for their value. So everyone gets playing opportunity. Sorry, Ma.
It's fine. You
And
cut out
we
for a
have
sec on my
more
end.
new, yeah. And these everyone has to play 12 games instead of 8, what you would expect from having the season length. So people that previously were maybe just substitute for emergencies plus the minimum games might now be a lot more valuable, given that they are playing the third of the season, basically guaranteed.
Definitely. I mean, I know a lot of people who have seen me on any stream before know, despite being here for years, I still have no clue what's going on. But before we do get into anything related to the horse race to pick the draft lottery order, I would like to say from all of the admin and staff at RSC, thank you to everyone who supports our streams with Twitch subs, donations, anything. They really make the league possible. And if you do want to help support us, any kind of Twitch sub donation really does help us keep this league running. As you saw on the prize pool screen, it does cost a good bit of money to keep the league running with the prize pools. And I know many people are here just for the fun, but it makes us feel happy that people can earn something too. So thank you to all those people. And unless Mutz has anything else to add, I think we can go into the horse race video.
I will just say here is. I will just introduce you to our lovely cast for the horse race. We have not shunned any costs and efforts to bring you the best casters for this, and I will hand over to Rhino and Pegasus.
Welcome everybody then, thank you Mutchuk, to the RSC17 draft horse race. Myself and Sir Pegasus will be on the cast, but of course first we have to talk you through who is taking part. So here are all the runners and riders here for the RSC horse race, starting with Orion. 4 Gadalians using the offspring of the god of the sea and the goddess of the harvest and agriculture is enough for a horse with 2 legs.
And for number 2, we got Team Serene's tuna sandwich. I know Serenity loves his filet-o-fish, and I guess this is close enough.
At number 3, it's Unitox with Type Fart in chat, your annual reminder that most people in RSC are 16 or younger.
And for number 4, we have Nexus Esports for Highlander. And for those that don't know, a Highlander is a very small horse. And for Mutz, it is a horse.
At number 5, it's Shadow Esports with Shade Runner, gone from Knight Rider to Shade Runner. That's the biggest fall-off that you'll ever see.
And for Team MPB, we've got Bean, which reminds me of a rhyme that I grew up with. Beans, good for the hearts. The more you eat, the more you...
Whoa. Number 7 is Azteca Esports. And to be honest, I ain't reading all that, but congratulations or sorry for your loss.
Seriously, it's a protest. You need to fix it up, Azteca. For number 8, we've got Brave, whose horse is called Munda, forgetting the last word of their catchphrase. And that's what happens when your FMs have an average age of 32.
Certainly is. Number 9, Chrome Esports, Pongus Maximus. Are you not entertained or hungry?
And for number 10, we have Aspire Esports. Aspired, then tripped. We know. 17th in franchise standings. Yikes.
Ouch. At number 11, it is newcomers Bro with Sir Butty. Bro here are looking just to not be the little bros of the league in their debut.
And for number 12, we have Mistaken Esports with their horse Mistaken for Speed. With 30-1 odds, yeah, that checks out.
Number 13, it's TBK with Sleipnir. Using an 8-legged horse in a normal horse race is a guaranteed way to be the favorite.
Number 14, we have Deathcloud Esports' Fluffy Harbinger. Don't really know what that word means, but I do know that I binged the Frozen movies recently.
Good for you, they're good movies. At number 15, it's DSQ Esports with Lucky 7. Still more likely to get 17th, just like last year.
And for number 16, we've got Dexterity's Hello Tesco, in brackets, horse. The jokes write themselves, and I guess the explanations do as well.
Thank you so much, Dexterity, for the freebie there. Neat Esports with Grady up next. How about a 6?
I'll give that a 0 for plagiarism. For number 18, we've got Illusory with Torrent. And if anyone wants to watch Frozen 3 early, Rahu is your guy.
Sure he is. Number 19, Team Vortic, fast, strong men. We must be talking about a 64GB stick of RAM.
Oof, very expensive as well. For number 20, we've got SCR Esports with Rory. Hopefully, it is the racing car. Oh, well, clearly not. Well, that's thrown out the window pretty early.
That's a shame. Well, welcome everybody to the Kentucky Derby. All of the horses are in and they're off! Out of the gates. It's an early start coming through for Shade Runner. Azteca close behind and in third, Fast Strong Men.
Oh, and it's bad at the bottom there for Monda. Sitting here in 20th with Type Fart in chat in 17th. Now, that's a hate watch. We'll all be watching, but at the top 3, we've got Shade Runner leading for Charge Sleipnir, taking that second place spot. This is going to be a one-lap race. Rhino, it's going to be done very, very soon. They've got to pick up some pace.
Yeah, they certainly do, but you never want to be at the start of these horse races. Going early is almost a death sentence as Rory takes the lead. But you get the feeling he might not be roaring home unless he can keep that gap. He's got maybe a couple of horses' widths next to Sleipnir and Shade Runner behind him. Dexterity move up to number 4 as the back straight is coming through.
It looks like that gap is starting to close. Shade Runner is starting to catch themselves up, but they are neck and neck alongside Hello Tesco as well. Just behind them, espied but tripped. Haven't quite fallen over yet. Look to get themselves into those top 5 positions, but this looks like it's going to be the final straight, and that gap is all but closed.
They're coming around the final curve now. It's a long old track at the Kentucky Derby. There's still plenty of time, but as you say, the gap has completely closed. Rory being closed down by both Shade Runner and Sleipnir. Shade Runner, the biggest fall off, maybe actually the biggest benefit now to Shadow as they come around that final turn, heading into the home straight. Down the bottom, can Gadalians, Team Serene or NXS find a way through?
Sleipnir on the inside has been completely defended off here by Shade Runner and Rory. They've held that position for quite some time. You see horses coming in from the outside, just looking to try and grab some extra space. But Hello Tesco at the back. They've got a little bit ill from that mill, sitting so far behind in 20th. But now Shade Runner in that second place spot. They're starting to lose hope.
Sir Bertie coming through, coming into second. He might be able to take the whole thing at the last moment. Can he hold off? Sleipnir, no! Sleipnir wins the Kentucky Derby in the RSC17 draft race. Bro with an incredible charge down the home straight, able to take number 2. And Shade Runner holds on to number 3.
Well, they were certainly asleep at Big Team Berserkers, but oh my goodness, what a debut for the new organization sitting in that second place spot. But I'm going to divert our attention, Rhino, to the bottom. This is where you don't want to be unless the bother of picking your slips is so unfortunate. We have got Dexterity's Hello Tesco horse sitting in 20th. Funnily enough, that is also where I'd place them after their new logo change.
Yeah, certainly. I think that's absolutely fair. And we talked earlier about it as well. Leading the race for so long, Rory just fell away down in number 15.
Oh.
You're leading the race for so long, and then the fall away in the final moments, whether it's a horse issue or a rider issue. Either way, something went very, very wrong there, and SCR Esports are not going to be too happy with that outcome.
But it's another rather high response there for Team Serene, sitting in number 5 with Tuna Sandwich. They started off the race very well, started to fall off halfway through, but made sure that they got themselves those high results. That's your franchise of the season from RSC16 already, with a lovely head start if they want to do it again.
Yes, certainly is. I've got to say, I'm a little bit impressed by the Gadalians horse. A 50-1 ranked outsider, both Gadalians and Azteca, not finishing last is actually impressive given where those horses started at the start of the day. And Lucky 7, it's an improvement for DSQ this year. Number 17 in the race last year, number 14 in the race this year. Give it another 5 seasons, they'll win the whole thing.
Absolutely. You've also got Grady there in number 10. I'm not sure I'll be calling it a 10 out of 10 performance, but certainly one you can be happy with. You can let the 9 in front of you take away some of those slips. There's such a small difference between some of them. So now, once they get to that point, surely the decision should be easy for them.
Yeah, it certainly should be. And just on the last moment, I want to talk about number 12, Mistaken for Speed from Mistaken Esports. Well, they started the race as number 12 as well. They were number 12 horse. They finished in number 12. I love symmetry in horse racing. Bosh, there you go. Mistaken. Welcome to RSC.
DSQ as well with Lucky 7. They do fall on a multiple, but it's not the one they wanted. Number 14 there. That's going to be a very, very tough start for them this season with a very fresh management team, which at this point is expected every single time from DSQ.
Yeah, it has to be. It absolutely has to be. Well, there you go. If there's anyone we missed, of course, we do apologize, but you can see all the finishers there in front of you. And now we are going to hand you back to Mutchuk for all of the action for the actual draft.
All right, that is the end of the action. To all new players that see this for the first time, it's a little bit messy. It's a little bit of fun. But now we are going to the actual tactical side of things, where we now bring in the managers to walk us through a little bit what they are planning to do with their picks and what pickbacks they're going to choose. So first of all, let's talk about the pickbacks themselves. So to make the draft more balanced, we have introduced pickbacks. So basically, if you, for example, see pickback A has a 20th pick in Master, 10th pick in Elite, a 5th pick in Rival, an 11th pick in Challenger, a 14th pick in Prospect, and the 3rd pick in Academy. So if a franchise might want to prioritize... One second.
Hold on, we've had an invader in the call.
All right. We just have to double check something with graphic updates. So because I have been told these are the wrong pickbacks that we have that have not been properly updated. So we are gonna go to a break.
We talking for a bit. I'm sure Stingray can can figure these out live. I mean, we can talk about the horse race. As you can tell, there was absolutely no expenses spared on the horse race. I mean, the cost of getting all those horses. Oh, we're already back. Damn, we are just that fast. Either way, the cost of getting those horses and those kazoos really show that we ran out of money and had to get Pegasus and Rhino in to do the talking over. Sadly, no one else was there for free. Sadly, so we had to get some subpar in. But hopefully now we have the corrected bags up on stream. I'm sure one or both of us will get a message very soon if it isn't. But I believe we might as well get off first. We should get our first franchise in, which I believe is Team Berserkers with their horse that came in first place.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello, yo.
Welcome to the stream fall. Which pick bag do you feel like taking here? Do you want to walk us through your idea?
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of deliberation over like what pick we wanted. There was a couple, but we wanted to prioritize like Elite and Rival, as all of our AGMs are like, Elite and me, and Patron and Tape are Rival, but pretty low, so they want a higher pick in Rival. So yeah, we're gonna go for pick I. That's what we're gonna go for.
It is a very, very solid pick. Definitely gives you the Elite and Rival that you're after. But thank you very much for your pick.
Thank you. So from there on out, we are gonna go to our runner-up in this race. It is gonna be a franchise now coming from South Africa to EU. So SSA is represented by Bro and Unguarded Ace. Hello.
Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So, what are you guys like? How is it for you guys now, seeing the management side of EU, since you also have been running RSC SSA now for 4 seasons?
I think my take's not going to come as much of a shock. It's just a lot more work, but it is admittedly a lot more fun, seeing the player base being as big as it is. But yeah, I just think it takes a bit more effort from our side, comparatively to SSA being so much smaller. 6 tiers is no joke, and 20 franchises. It's a bit foreign, but yeah, we're about half capacity for all that, so it's flat out from us, and yeah, we're going to try to do our best while we're here.
Oh yeah. So, and with your second finish second in the race, what big bag do you pick?
We've been thinking about this for a while, but I think that we've come to the conclusion that we would like G.
Gee, so high master pick and average overall, and an elite pick that constitutes 2 close picks together.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're looking at a very tight master so far from what I've seen, and I think a good pick is going to be very important there. And otherwise, in tiers like Elite, we can prioritize getting the players she needs to succeed with doubles. Otherwise, I think it's pretty balanced, so happy with it.
All right, thank you for coming on, and now we are gonna move to the next franchise.
Yes, and
Thank you.
that will be the likes of Shadow Esports. Not a very good franchise in my opinion. Their owner is a bit of a nerd, but Mr. Efficiency, on the other hand, I know is very, very skillful when it comes to draft. So I imagine you've put a lot of thought into this pick.
Well, it was easier than normally because how they ordered the picks this season. So normally we take like an hour to go over this, but this time it was just 15 minutes, I think.
What are we thinking?
I will be going for O.
I see. So you're going for what looks like elite, challenger, and prospect, very, very early picks, and then later picks in the other tiers.
Yes, indeed. Well, basically prioritizing the managers on the team, and that's a keeper pick, a later keeper pick. So a later pick in the first round is ideal as well there. So this was our first option by far.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you very much for that as we go on to our next franchise.
Yeah. Let me just lost our rankings real quick. All right, there is Space Crisp.
Hello.
DCE. So Fluffy Harbinger carried you to the 4th place finish. So with this being being said, just seeing a few reactions to the finish of the race. What does Dev Cup plan to do with their pick bag, and which is it gonna be?
For us, I think we want to get the best picks that will provide us value, especially for trading. So I think we will select set H.
All right. Set H is definitely a high caliber pick with the first pick in Master. 20th pick in Elite, so in the 2 highest tiers, a lot of trading potential. Then, so what you're hoping to achieve? this season?
For us, the goal is normally to try and get the best, like, sort of average possible to get the franchise standings up. Is really nice, and of course, a few wins at the end in the playoffs as well. So, just see how far we can take things.
All right, we'll see how. We'll see. Wish you the best of luck then. But yeah, thank you for coming. In
No problem.
the franchise that will have to say something against that will be our past franchise of the season from RSC17. That is Team Serene and Tuna Sandwich, or that was raised by Tuna Sandwich and is now represented by Meaty Pig.
Hello. Hi Mal, how much? How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, we never really do well on these horses, so it's a pleasure to be here so soon.
So I don't even need to hear your pick because I already know you're going to go for the pick that allows you to pick me up first, obviously.
You might be upset about that.
Oh, well, this is going to be tragic then. Go on, why don't you tell us what your pick is going to be and why you want that pick?
We would love, please, Mal, pick F, please. Yes.
That does not occur to get me very early.
Yeah, well, you see, I wanted to give my wonderful AGM Kieran the best chance to challenge for a title because he deserves it. He's been working incredibly hard. So we wanted as high a master pick as we could, really. And you know, the others will trade a few things around, and we'll be fine.
I'm sure you will with your franchise of the season. You obviously know what you're doing, aside from obviously not picking up me, but we can look past that and assume you're going to pick me up at the earliest possible situation. But thank you very much for your pick as we go on to the next franchise.
All right, the next franchise is gonna be Chrome Esports, represented today by Stones.
Yo, what's going on?
Hello, hello. So, as a new franchise, how was the experience going into this with 3 new managers?
Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be a bit chaotic, but no, we're looking forward to the season, and I feel like we've set up pretty nicely for draft day and for tonight.
All right, which pick or which pick pack do you guys want to choose?
I think we are going to go with E, please.
All right, another high master. Lower elite pick is gone off the list. So I assume you guys have some plans either to trade or with where. Oh, let me ask it this way: is it the priority for the franchise's AGMs tiers, or is it more the priority for like trade value?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's about finding that balance. The bags that we wanted have already gone, so you know it's the beauty of the lottery and the horse race. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit of both. It's just about finding that balance, and I think yeah, E is probably the best for us at the moment.
Sounds good. So I will leave you then to strategize with your AGMs what to do with your E pick, and then. All right, have a good one. And now we are going to the next franchise, which is also a new franchise this season.
Yes,
although with a little bit of history, as it is.
Yeah, I believe it is Team Vortex with Wally, who has joined the voice chat. How are you today, Wally?
Hello, I'm doing amazing.
That is always good to hear.
After we got the horse race and we got a alright ranking, that was just great.
I'm going to assume you've come up with a plan. So once again, like all the other franchises, why don't you talk us through your pick and the plan for why you've picked that pick?
So I am gonna go with Jay, and we thought Jay would be a good pick because it's in the middle, like middle ground of all the picks.
Is
All
that the
right,
sole
the-
reason? Just in the middle?
It's just we like to have like this is what makes the best reason for us is just to have alright picks in like nearly all tiers, and then we of course gonna deal with masters.
That is
To be fair, at this point, you can then pick 2 master players together, which isn't also too bad of a thing,
Yep.
as it is a snake draft at the end of the day. But one final question before we let you go. Was it a spelling mistake, or did you actually mean to write men?
Yeah. It was right. We just thought it would be funny.
Alright, nice. Alright, then next is our resident producer, Stingray, with Nexus Esport.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
We will be going with Pickback P for very similar reasons to Mr. Efficiency earlier. I'm a keeper pick in Rival, so there won't be much I can do in round 1, unfortunately. And we have some plans for Challenger and Elite. It would have also been an option for us to go high in Master, but with how low we... Well, 8th is a good placement, but with how low we dropped into the race, as you can see, picks 1 to 4 are already gone in Master, so that's not worth the risk. So rather going with the high pick in Challenger and probably trade down Prospect, so if anyone's interested, DMs are open. But yeah, main priority being Elite and Challenger for us.
Alright, early advertisement.
Absolutely.
For the picks, they will be going hard, hopefully. Especially since Friday has worked very hard on pick trading overlay, which EGMs can look forward to. However, going forward, we are with Brave. On the Brave. With Kyle. Fatty Kyle.
Hello.
Hello, Kyle.
Hello, I'm at work presently, so if I sound bad, that's why it is.
That's fine. If you've got to go, I won't force you to stay for too long. Which pick bag are we feeling, Kyle?
I'm feeling T. The bottom one.
T.
Yeah,
The bottom
T.
one. Oh.
Tango, yeah.
All right.
Any reason for that, or just if you could say
yeah.
quickly before you've got to disappear?
Yeah, I'm the keeper pick in Academy. You know, so I'm the first keeper pick. So a 20 pick of 20, I don't mind. So that means that we'll get first pick in the second round. And yeah, I just want to focus the Challenger, Prospect, and Academy tiers this season.
Fair enough.
Alright.
I mean, if you're a keeper pick, it makes sense. We won't hold you for too long, and we'll let you get back to work. So enjoy.
Right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good stream and take care. Bye.
Bye.
Now we go from the Scottish then to the Irish, from Brave to Nate Esports. Let's see who we have it here. It is the resident E-Lynch. Is he with us?
Hello, everyone. How are we doing?
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Mutz?
Doing good, doing better compared to weekend, but it's I'm very interested to see how the draft is gonna go, if that will change the rest of my mood for the weekend coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. With the a lot of people's plans are gonna go out the window as soon as one pick has been made.
Oh yeah, that is potentially the case. All right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. What does
What am I gonna
Nate
pick?
say?
As I'm being held hostage by my AGMs, we will be picking pick L.
The L has been taken.
Yeah.
All right. So, with a low master pick first round, surprisingly, and high picks in rival and rival and elite, as well as middle picks in prospect and academy, with also another low pick in challenger. So your AGMs have basically forced you to pick this.
Yeah, they've forced me to do this because they're both an elite, and they're both, so it makes sense to bend to their wishes. I suppose is the easiest way to put it.
Well, can't argue with that. But we will see what the other tiers then produce for teams and if they will race for the title. All right, thanks for coming. And Mal, introduce us to the next franchise.
The next franchise up is Team MPB, who have since had a logo change, which confused the hell out of me when I was trying to figure out who was who. But we do have Flo with us. How are you today, Flo?
I am sumptuous.
That is lovely to hear. So, with, I believe that is exactly half of the picks gone now. How are you feeling with the remaining picks, and which one are you taking?
I'm scared, but we would love to have you.
Was that pick Q? Sorry, I didn't quite hear that down your mic.
Pick you.
Yep. So that is your middle of elite, low challenger and prospect pick. Any reasons behind that?
Well, not really. I mean, yeah, there obviously is. We have noticed that elite and challenger don't really have the amount of quality they had in the previous seasons. No offense, guys. But
oh, offense will be taken probably.
just being honest. And we're gonna use the prospect pick for trading. And there's a nice but yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much for that pick, and have a good evening. And we will move on to our next franchise, Mutz.
Yep, our next franchise is also a new one, but with some old names. Welcome, Buddha.
Hello, Mutz. Hello, Mal. How we doing?
Hi.
Hello. Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Our first pick is still on the table.
Oh, that is spicy then.
It is beautiful. Oh, look at the chat popping off. What's good, chat?
Yeah.
Right, you want me to just get into it?
Yeah.
Right, so
walk us through.
The pick we're gonna go for is the letter N, and the reasoning for it. So with the rival, we guarantee Barista pretty much a decent team. We get a good elite team as well, and it's also a mixture with the other picks. We can kind of use them for trades to allow to boost Challenger up. But we are very confident with our research that, if we don't have crazy picks, we generally do have a lot of research to get the players we still want. And obviously, with having the 2K as your AGM, you don't need a crazy round one pick. So yeah, we think that's just the sweet spot for us.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a very good plan. We will see how far Kingsman is gonna help with the execution of that. That will be debatable, as always.
You'd hope so. 2.1K,
True.
Anyway, I won't hold you for too long. Have a great night, lads, and chat. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
We will do. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Bye.
I will get roasted by Kingsman so much for this during the season. I bet.
We have our next franchise Shattered is on the ball already in the voice chat in Unitox and Hecky. So how are you this evening, Hecky?
Hello. Yeah, sometimes.
Hello. That's lovely to hear. What pick are you going for, Hecky? And please give me a helpful answer this time.
Yeah, we're going to go for pick D, please.
Fair enough. Any specific reasoning behind it?
Yeah, there is.
That's lovely to hear.
Eggy being omnious this time.
No, we just, we've got to keep a pick in Academy, so we can use that for trades. Top 5 pick in Master, gorgeous.
Yeah, so you definitely still got one of the pickbacks that you seem quite happy with. So that is definitely something looking out for when you guys then make your choices.
Sometimes, definitely, yeah.
All right. Good to have you on it. Yeah.
We're going to leave you to be mysterious in the background now. Have a good night.
Cheers, guys.
Good. Now we are going into the a little bit more dire part of the selection here, because the pickbacks are drying up. And which of these remaining ones is Dispatch from DSQ gonna choose?
Hello, boys. It's been a while since us two have been in a call together, hasn't it? It's been quite a while.
This has been quite a while.
Oh, it's been at least 3 years since me and Matt have been in together. Nice to see you both. So our horse was 4th forever and it fell to like 14th. And I was like, no, because we ordered all of ours. We want R. I'll say that now. We really want pick R. It was our 5th on the board. It gives us a really high prospect, really high chally. We have round 1 keeper in Academy, so it'll give us 3rd overall in round 2. We're comfortable in Master, Elite, Rival. Perfect for us. Absolutely happy with that.
All right, even this far down.
Yeah, very happy to get an option like this. As long as we got something O to T, we were more than buzzing. So this is great.
All right, sounds good. Then looking forward. Okay, looking forward to see what your plans can actually condition with.
We'll be having some fun.
All right, then next up on the list we have the last newcomer franchise.
Yes, we have SCR Esports, I believe it is.
No, wait,
welcome.
the second last newcomers.
Oh, you sent us a failure. Welcome, Blaze. What pick are you feeling like today?
Thank you very much for having me. First of all, I'd like to say, Rory, you're sold on the horse race. What was that about? Storming out in front? Seriously? No, but yeah, you'd be surprised. Our pick is actually still on the board. Our first choice, because we have a round 1 keeper for prospect. So, yeah, we want bag A.
All right.
Yeah, it keeps our academy options open. Challenger, rival, like they're all sort of middle of the road options. Nothing swings too far one way. So we're happy with A for sure.
Definitely, then.
Yeah, a very, very good pick and well reasoned. I can't really say much more than that about it because it does seem like you had that perfectly planned and you've managed even this far into to get the pick that you wanted. So that is,
yeah, more than happy.
Both skillful and slightly lucky, I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's all right. If we're here next season, I won't be happy with 15 because I already know we're going to get smart at some point.
Well, Thank you for that, Blaze. And we shall go on to our next franchise, Mutz.
Yep, that is Goldelians, a name in the scene and led by someone from last season, Dylan.
Yes, true. Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Now interested. Do you guys have still the preferred pick left? Because that would be funny.
No, unfortunately not. But it's not that bad. We are picking back S.
All right, S is now done as well. So, what is your strategy behind this pick then?
Well, we have a keeper pick in Elite and a keeper pick in Prospect, so we want to even it out a bit. And yeah, we hope to get great results with this picking back, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, definitely. We're looking forward to seeing you guys compete.
Cool.
Have a good one. And now we are going to the bottom 3 people. Not very lucky in the horse race. That is gonna be a Stacker.
Welcome, Morv. Honestly, I think your 17th place finish is entirely because of the name that you picked for your horse. It weighed down your horse because it was trying to figure out how to pronounce it, and it couldn't focus on running the race.
That's how you pronounce it, mate. It's not that hard.
It was the wrong
Anyways,
spell.
Unrelated.
It was the flowing spell, not the fasting spell.
Unrelated to the impossible to pronounce name that you have just pronounced perfectly. Which pick are you feeling like, Morv?
I'm feeling like M.
Alright, same as the name.
Any reason?
M for Mob.
Fair enough.
So this is
no.
probably
In all seriousness, we wanted O through R to get good challenger and relatively good elite picks, and we've already got really good round 2 and round 3 keepers in rival in myself and Snow, but yeah, we're not really feeling like holding on to that second rival pick. So if anyone's interested, let us know.
All right. That is the offer sent out to all the other franchise managers.
Thank you very much, Morv, for coming in and giving us your pick. As I believe we jump on to. I know you said there was 3 more left, but I believe this is our third from last coming up next, Mutz, and I will let you talk to the GOAT.
Rahu himself. If he can unmute.
He's muted on Discord. What the hell?
Good evening. Hello.
All right, Rahu. You have been given not very much choice.
Oh, I'm spoiled. As incredibly tempting as being CR, I think I'm going to go K. Just because there's not much else. My horse did pretty crap. So,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll go
it
K.
wasn't the greatest performance.
It is what it is. At least I'm not DXT. So.
You never know, they might be after the B or C.
And mate, if they are, then they've been blessed. Yeah.
All right. Now this was not a lucky draw for Illusory, but they have been still luckier than our next franchise, which is Aspire, which has the last actual choice in this in this pick back selection.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey Reptic.
I mean, which one do you prefer, Reptic? B or C? That is the question. Or which one do you want to leave shattered with?
Right, so I was really optimistic because, you know, our horse was up fourth first. And then apparently it took his name a little bit too serious and tripped at the end or whatever the fuck it did. Sorry, can't swear on here. Whatever it did. And came to 18th, but I think we'll go with C.
Yeah, horse racing is very interesting because looking up like statistics for the horses after, your horse won 2 races after this race.
Yeah, and
And-
to add on to our bad luck, we came 20th last season, so. No, so.
I mean, you still
What
got
I'm
a
hearing-
title this season then.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing though, next season you're coming 18th at least.
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
Well, thank you for your pick, Reptic. I'm sure we'll end up talking to you off stream later anyway.
Yes. Right, thank you guys. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye. We can bring in our last person, Spoiled for Choice.
Well, I mean, obviously, I rigged everything, and because we are so sure we're the best franchise anyways, we thought why not just give us pick 20 because we're going to win anyways, no matter the pick. So here
Alright.
we are. With
What?
pick B.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with pick B then?
I mean, firstly, I'm just gonna look at it. And wait, do we have T or B?
B.
It should be B. I don't know why it's just flipped on the screen. There we go. It's up to date now.
Okay. Well, I got scared for a second there. Not just kidding. I would have liked T probably more, but I mean, we at least got pick 7 in Master, which is kind of helpful because I'm doing Master. On the other hand, Prospect is looking rather dark. It might be okay though, because I think Big Chaps is actually Kiefer pick in Prospect, so we can work around. I think it could have been way worse, to be fair. But there's also way better options we could have gotten.
Yeah, but at the...
I'm going to ask you a question that I think the entire chat wants to ask you. Okay, is there any reason behind your pick for pick B? What's your thought process behind picking B specifically?
Okay, right. So I went into it and I was looking at what picks were left, and from all the letters, I thought B was kind of. You know, I always get second place. If I ever reach like finals or something, I never win. I always get second, and B is the second letter in the alphabet, so it's very fitting. Then also Big Chaps, Blizzy, both my AGMs start with B, and because I'm that much of a team player, I didn't want to take S away, so I gave them B. And in general, best franchise also B, so I think B just fits us very well here.
Makes a lot of sense.
Also, did you talk about talk him through what happened to our horse?
Yeah, the horse had an injury during the race.
Yeah, it got surgery, and it was so bad it missed the complete season afterwards. So I'm just hoping that won't happen to us as well as a franchise. We kind of want to participate, you know, so that's why we sign up. So I just hope it's better than what the horse did.
Oh yeah.
True, well it is off to a bad start with the new logo. I mean, we get onto the logo rankings later, but I can see already Pegasus in chat not happy with the new DXT logo.
I'm not open for questions regarding the logo. Please go to my designer, our graphics guy designer from the XLT Toby with that. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Shattered.
Thank you, Shattered.
Have a great stream, everyone. Bye bye.
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 Alright. And this is it. We have now our pick packs sorted, and the franchises can now start trading their picks. Will they upgrade their picks? Will they maybe take some risks in maybe not getting the players they want in other tiers? Who knows? However, that is up to them. And now, if you want to go to a specific team and think you are a higher value pick. Maybe you approach, let's say, in Rival, you could approach Mistaken, for example, as a high value pick. But yeah, this is where we are gonna leave the draft lottery. And let's go to our next point. We are gonna look at the logos for the franchises, a logo rating. This is a little bit of a fun exercise that the admins are doing before the season. We are just ranking them based on our personal preference and our personal taste. This may or may not align with your own personal taste, and it's not meant ill. So that's to say up front, and let the chaos begin, I would say, because we have some interesting opinion divisions, even amidst the management itself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have Aspire. We will be going, I should say, in alphabetical order, not placement order.
Yes.
So
True.
this is Aspire is not last place. I believe it averaged out to rank number 5 in our rankings,
Yes.
which is actually exactly where I put it. So I'm doing pretty well so far on this. I've exactly matched all of the logos that we have seen. Stingray and Mox and you, not massive fans of it. Meanwhile, Arc, Friday, and Reptic, they all placed it as a bit higher than 5th place. It's not a bad logo. There are definitely worse logos out there. It's just not my personal number 1.
The logo itself is well executed, and I think overall the quality of the logo is good this season. It doesn't speak to me personally, as I said last season. It is not my personal style, which Stingray and Mox seem to agree with me. While Reptic, Friday, and Arch rated really high as 2nd overall.
Definitely. We're being told to not spend too long on the rankings as well, so we may slightly rush through these a tiny bit. But next up is Azteca coming in 9th place on the logo rankings. This was one where I disagreed with the rest of the admins. I had them placed at 2nd place. Everyone else had them 5th or higher, with Arc having them in 16th as the highest number. I don't know if you want to speak to the logo. I really like it.
I just don't see the for me personally, it's just the gradient that ruins it compared. It is an iconic logo. It is still a good logo overall, but not for me. And again, it's also very divisive among the league's management itself. Now let's go on to Brave. Brave ranked really high, 2nd overall, and the worst placement, quote unquote, was just 7th. The rest was all top 4 finishes. Actually, top 3 finishes, with only Friday placing at 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the Brave logo. It's very simple. It's obvious who it's supposed to be, and they've kept it the same for God knows how long now. So it's just a very, very clean logo. But I think most of the admins agree that it's one of the top logos. All of the admins agree it's in the top half at the very least. So it's definitely a good logo, but a bit more of a decisive, or a logo that has caused a bit of a rift in ranking coming up now with the Bro Community logo, where 2 admins placed it lower than 10th place. Everyone else was 10th or higher. I had it at 9th. Mox had it at 7th. Stingray and Arc at 10th. Mutz and Friday, Reptic going 13th, 14th, 15th respectively. It is very much depending on what you like in a logo. I like it because it's simple, there's not a massive amount going on, and it's obvious who it's supposed to be.
It is basically preference what you think about lettermark logo and what they are actually representing. And for me, it's just it represents a little bit of a more dynamic thing, side. And I always imagine the Old Man Bromeo, which is a lot of things, but not dynamic. All right, Chrome Esports. Personally, I think it is a logo within a set of good logos. It was a hard decision, but for me, just the name and the wolf don't fit that much together. It was overall rated as 8th, so middle of the pack or upper middle of the pack, and was not as decisively negative as our.
Yeah, I definitely think if it matched the Chrome, I would have probably put it higher. However, this is the lowest ranked logo coming up that we will have seen so far. In 18th place, we see Death Cloud Esports. Now, most of the admin team, not a big fan of the logo. 15th from Arc, 16th from Mutz, Friday, Reptic, and me. Stingray and Mox putting it in at 20th place. Overall, we aren't massive fans. I think Arc puts it best in that we like the old logo better. We're not huge fans of the newer logo, but it is what it is.
Yes, and it's becoming even more iconic, especially in the SSA scene, where Death Cloud has also made the final bracket. So it definitely is a very successful organization behind this logo. Now, talking about the logo change, DXD, Dexterity. It is a very divisive logo. It is not ranked that badly though, with 7th overall.
Yeah, I mean, we hate on it, but we did all put it relatively high. We definitely prefer the old logo. The old logo, if I remember correctly, did very well last season. Was it first last season?
Yes.
Yes. So it has dropped considerably from first to 7th. I think I rated it the lowest at 11th, and everyone else was 8th, 9th, or 5th from Umutz. I'm surprised you rated it so high.
It is one of the things that I will say it grows the more you look at it, especially when considering it is supposed to be a combination of the Formula 1 division and Rock. And it, as I said, it grows on me the longer I look at it compared to other logos, for example. So I just think it's a good execution design-wise. Do I like Lettermark's logo that much? No, but I think for the color scheme and everything, very good execution. All right,
Definitely.
let's then go to then our new leader in the logo rankings, which is DSQ Esports. DSQ Esports has the highest average with 2.5.
I will always be a fan of the DSQ logo. I made it clear back when I used to do the hype chambers, DSQ logo was my favorite. It hasn't changed since then, and it doesn't need to, because in my eyes, that logo is amazing. I attribute it with DSQ whenever I see it. Maybe it's just because it's been the same for so long, but I just know it's DSQ. If I see it at a glance, I'm like, that's DSQ. And it's got such a nice gradient on it. I know you weren't a fan of the Azteca gradient, which maybe...
it is a different kind of gradient.
Yeah.
A very different kind of gradient.
I think it just looks like a banging logo, personally.
Yeah, definitely. the next one is also a really highly from Godallion. For me, it just makes it. The only issue I have with it is basically it disappears when you have a white background. That is a slight problem. Then you have only a little crown, but otherwise it's an awesome logo.
Yeah, I was less agreeing on this one. I had this one in 7th, and I believe that is Mox who had it in 12th. I think you'll probably see it in where a lot of my rankings put it. I'm not a big fan of just all white logos, except for one that's coming up later, but that's for different reasons. But I don't know. It just makes me think of I understand Godallion's that the logo is unique, but I don't know what it is. It just makes me think of other, like, I feel like I've seen it somewhere else before, kind of thing. But it may just be because I've been in the Godallion server before. I don't know, but all around it wasn't a bad rating, and neither is the next logo to appear, coming in at 4th place overall, only slightly behind the Godallion's logo. It's illusory. I mean, similar to the DSQ logo, it hasn't really changed. I think it did get a slight update a few seasons ago, making it more square, but aside from that, it has kept the same essence and the same vibes for, honestly, similar to DSQ, God knows how long. It comes in 4th. I think the most of us put it at 6th, with a few people putting it at 4th. That is a massive jump up from 12th last season. So, I mean, good job, Illusory, for keeping such a good logo, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I will always tell Rao the logo with the orange also a little bit better. Like the.
Well, is that the logo that's featured on their decal?
Yes.
Yes, that is so true. I am 100% with you. I would have put it way. I've not put it that much higher, but I would have put it higher if it was that logo.
Yeah. Anyway, going to our next one, which is quite low on our ranking, which is My Stake in Esports, which has not gotten a high ranking other than from Stingray. Do you want to walk us through your choice here, in this case? Because you're the only one that placed them above 10. Or are you busy? He's busy producing. Oh. Okay. No, he's busy
Stingray?
producing.
No, he's busy producing. Well, I will talk for both of us in 19th, because we both put it 19th. I just don't think there's much to the logo. It is largely black space. It's very, on a small screen, it's very hard to see it, and I mean, that was also where I was looking. I was doing this logo review on my phone this morning, so it didn't help that it was on such a small screen and I couldn't see it as well. So maybe that affected it, but I think if that middle bit was a bit bigger, I definitely would have put it higher.
All right, yeah. Then we go to also another logo update. Nate did update the logo. It's a little bit grimmer warrior compared to before, and the change was not received favorably compared to last time, because they went from 10th to 12th.
I mean, I can say for mine, it looks like your average esports team logo. And similarly, I put it at an average ranking of 10. So it is smack bang in the middle. It's what I would expect from an esports logo, and it's placed where I would put what I expect an esports logo to look like.
Yeah. And seeing like the other rankings, it's about the same with that, placing it just below average. Now going to Nexus Esport, which overall had quite mixed review. At the end, it just finished 15th, so not a great showing for this logo ranking. But I think like Lettermark logos do have it a little, like complete lettermark logos have it a little bit more difficult in our rankings.
Definitely.
In general.
It wasn't my favorite logo, but it definitely wasn't the worst logo. And in the nicest way, speaking of the worst logo, some people had already put it in chat. Coming in at 20th, according to the management team, we do have SCR Esports. Once again, sort of similar to the issue I had with Mistaken. They do say they were limited because they were based off, I believe, a football team or football club. Sorry. When I was on mobile, I couldn't even see what the logo said. There are, in my opinion, too many small details. It's not their own fault. It just doesn't display well in a small logo, which is where a majority of these logos appear, which is why it went so low for me, because I honestly, to me, it just looks like a red circle with a bit of yellow in the middle and some white writing around the outside that even on my monitor now to my right, I can't read. On the big image, I can, but on the smaller one, I would not be able to make out what that is.
All right. Going from that logo to a more classic one, to Shadow Esports. I'm happy that I'm still quite comparatively high at 6th highest logo, I would say. I'm not unhappy. I mean, it's also fair. Most people placed it quite highly. And people who don't like the mascot standardized logo, it's fair at the end of the day. Oh yeah, you go ahead.
I place it basically. My reasoning for Shadow, where I place them up in 8th, slightly higher than where they, or slightly lower than where they placed, is very similar to the reason for Neat Esports, in that it looks like an average esports logo in the nicest way to the logo and those who use it. But I think it plays slightly higher than Neat for me because I know it as a franchise, and I mean, I can recognize Shadow anywhere. Granted, it does say Shadow on it, so it is very easy to recognize it anywhere. But I also follow with what Ozzy's been saying in the chat. I am not the biggest fan of someone having their logo and then Shadow Esports or Neat Esports. I prefer logos without the text, as I'm sure we will see going into the next logo, which also rated relatively low in Team Berserkers. I believe 16th place overall. A majority of us had them around about 13th place, give or take a few, except for Stingray and Mox, who had them at 17th and 18th. It's just, once again, I don't like logos with text.
And also for Berserkers, just the color scheme holds it down quite a bit. Gray, mostly gray, it is a little bit of a problem. It is limited to the theme. That's just how it is. Overall, solid logo, but there are just a few things that are holding this back. Speaking of holding back in the ranking, our next logo, which is Team MVP. The new logo. I would say it's well executed in terms of like work, but it missed the mark completely for me. This is like a health logo, like a health organization.
True. I'm going to correct you slightly, as they are losing their minds in chat. You did call them NBP. They are MPB. And much to, I'm sure Hodge will be really happy about that. They do come in at 19th place. I don't know how to feel about this logo. I don't understand the 2 bits on the top. I don't understand the little waveform through the middle, or what I'm assuming is the shape of a brain. Maybe it'd make sense if I knew what MPB stood for. But I think Fish puts it pretty well, like what you said. It looks like a logo you see on those Eat Nutritionalized Food posters. It looks like some kind of healthcare logo. Mushy pea brains, that explains a lot about this logo to me now. That being said, I don't think it would change its rating for me.
Yeah, same. I knew the general theme was beans, but I was not aware of the art of mushy pea brains. All right, then the art of letter marks returns to Team Serene. It is a letter mark logo, which generally is not rated very highly. We love Team Serene as an org, but we don't rate the logo. We come here at 14th, although it is better than before, which it was at 19th.
I think a key distinction in the we here is that it does not include me and Mox, because I put them in at 4th and Mox put them in at 6th. Now, this was my I hate white logos except for one, and that is specifically, and it may not be this version of the logo because it's hard to tell on both screens that I have it on. I like the version of the Team String logo that has the slight black outline around it, which usually you don't get to see.
It is the outline, yeah.
Yeah. So it works well on both light and dark screens. Like you said, everyone knows it. In my eyes, granted, I am a bigger fan of Team Serene, so I will 100% say I am biased here. I like the logo personally.
It is iconic, definitely.
Yeah.
And speaking of teams that may be iconic, go to Team Vortic. Vortic is a spin-off of the former Flawless Rocket League branch, now being independent, had decided to do a full rebrand from the Flawless Tribal logo. This is a very steep improvement.
Yeah,
Mal trying to remember.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm looking at the right number for what I put down. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why I put this where I put this. I put this in at 17th. Friday also put this in at 17th. Overall, it came out at 10th. Now, in my defense, I had just woken up when I filled out these rankings, so there is probably a reason why Just Woken Up Me put it in at 17th. I could not tell you that reason, and honestly, I do think it deserves its rank of around 10th. But
I can tell you mine. I can do mine because it reminds me of something that is not really a problem, but it also would be becoming such a meme that it would be detrimental to the reputation of the franchise. So that is my whole sole reason that it will always remind me of that. Anyway, speaking of icon, okay, that was a terrible transition, but now we are at Unitox. Unitox overall went down slightly from 11th to 13th. I will say Unitox feels underrated because what they have to work with, and then also what it represents as a team, as a combination of franchises. It feels like something that speaks to me personally. Otherwise, people don't seem to agree with me that much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad logo, as seen by its 13th place finish. It is around about the middle of the pack, but there's something I don't like about it. I can't really place my finger on why I don't like it. I liked the Unity esports logo, and or Team Unity, whatever they were called. Relatively liked the Ox Gaming logo, but when they're combined, there's just something that doesn't feel right to me.
But yeah, that is the conclusion on the logo ranking, at the very least. Now we go to the decal.
Oh, is this the powers?
Yeah. First, we are gonna show what our overall rankings were, so people can actually keep up. I forgot. So our logo rankings start with our leader DQ, going down to Brave, Godelian, Illusory, Aspire, Shadow, Dexterity, Chrome, Azteca, and Team Vortic for the top 10.
Yeah, and then we have Bro, Neat, Unitox, Team Serene, Nexus, Team Berserkers, Mistaken, Deathcloud, MPV, and SRC as your bottom 10. And I believe, as much as it says power rankings, these are the logo rankings. We just had a slight graphical mishap, for lack of a better word. And I believe the only one that matters out of the middle two is best newcomers for the logos, which we had as Godalians.
Indeed. So, but now on to the set decal rankings. We have ranked the decal pictures that the franchise sent to us. We have reviewed the pictures when they had home and away decals, as well as the Fennec and Octane decals. So we are starting again with Aspire this time. If the Discord images will load, or if the images
there
will
we
load.
go.
There we go.
We don't have it on our sheet, but we have it in the middle of our screen now. And that one came in
UPS.
at second place, coming up 4 places from last season. It is a very nice decal. I am saying that while rating it as one of the lower people. Reptic and Friday both very much like it. It's not a bad... I mean, it's definitely not a bad logo. Decal. It came second place. It looks very clean. I just think there are slightly better decals out there.
I agree basically on everything you just said. It is a great decal. It has the amount of small details on it, with a little bit of fine lining and chaos, while also being structured, which sounds confusing when saying out loud, but something I like in a decal that I would use.
And next up, we have Azteca. There's definitely better angles for that picture on our screen. However, everyone aside from Arc agreed relatively high rankings. Arc had it at 9th place. It comes out overall to a 3rd place finish. Now, you don't like the gradient. You do, however, seem to like the decal. I have a similar thing of Aspire. It looks good, but there are better decals.
Same here. I have a decal preference here that I have placed it second. The front especially looks very good. I think the side is slightly worse compared to that. And it is one of the most themed and well appropriated decals. And I cannot really say more to that, other than Arc not agreeing with the rest of us that much.
Well, if we want to talk about not agreeing with the rest of us, here comes Brave Esports coming in at 13th place on the decal. Now, in this one, I'm very much outspoken. Everyone else had it 10th or lower. Mutz, you were the next highest after me, putting it at 10th. I had it down as 6th. I really like this decal. Granted, it is a largely black decal, which doesn't have an insane amount going on, but I think it is just a nice looking decal. I mean, the chat seems to agree with me, at least. It is a very clean decal. I have gone on many rants about past decals in voice chats in the server. I'm not going to go deep into one now, but I said it back then, and I don't think it's changed much, if at all, since the last time I went on a decal rant. The Brave Esports decal just looks really nice to me.
It is really nice, especially if you want the mainly black decal. And the sporty vibe is something you rarely get in this precision. But now we're gonna go to a new one that we have now put onto our logo rankings, which is the Bro decal. Bro with a cream and reddish or burgundy color scheme is quite new in this. So this is we have not seen this before in that one. And I think also the Octane looks slightly better, especially with the white DHG wheels that accompany them in the screenshot that I have. In general, it was received quite well. Again, it was average. Average. Sorry, I was looking at the stack again. It was placed below average on total, which wait, I'm blind. Sorry, I'm blind. Yeah, it is 7th overall. It was very well received overall, other than.
I am not a big fan of this decal. I think it is Alex in chat who sums it up for me. I am not a huge fan of the color scheme. I don't know what it is. They're not bad colors, but it doesn't work for me personally. I had them down as 17th. Everyone else had them 8th, 6th, 4th, and 1st from Mox there. He is a big fan. So if you think it should have been lower, bring it up with the other admins. I will stand by my 17th place. I think there are many better decals out there.
All right, to the next one now. To one of the new franchises, Chrome. Chrome is also one of the decals that Mox rated comparatively high, but the rest didn't. This decal finished overall 15th. For me, there is too much going on that is not my style. I, for example, really like the hood, like the imprinted logo on the hood. Looks really great. The rest is not something I vibe with.
You see, that's where I slightly disagree. I mean, aside from Mox and Art, I had this as 14th, which was the third highest. Mox had it down as 6th. I am not a big fan of the imprinted logo. I think maybe it was just on the screenshots that I saw. It was quite hard to see. The white that appears on the side, I wasn't a big fan of. But the colors scheme itself is a relatively nice color scheme, which I think saved it from being lower from me. I don't think. I don't know how chat seems to be disagreeing with us, saying it should be considerably higher. I think maybe the logo should just be a bit more bold on the hood. But aside from that, it's not a bad decal. It's just not very high in my opinion, and it looks like the other admins agree.
You have to take into account though that the chat is full of Chrome staff members currently, so
that is very true.
Might be a bit biased. Right now, but we are also seeing Spacecraft, which is now we are DevCloud. DevCloud was a decal that I can say is good in execution overall, but doesn't do it for me due to the how it flows across the car basically as a whole.
Now, I think this is where I'm going to lose the chat. If they were on my side for the logo rankings, I think this is where I'm going to lose the chat. DeathCloud Esports comes in at 17th place. I put DeathCloud Esports down as 2nd place. There is reasons for this. For those of you who aren't a fan of this, I picked it purely because I'm a big fan of version 1, and the version 1 decal that I own on Rocket League, the version 1 away decal, looks very, very similar to this, and I am a big fan of that decal. And that is basically my sole reason for it being so high. I love the purple on white. I love the purple on black version 1 do. I would love it if this logo was purple and black too. It is a very nice, not logo, sorry, decal. It is a very, very, very nice decal.
Oh, that is the away version. There is a black version too, like the.
Oh, even better. Maybe it would be worth first if it wasn't for the logo or the decal that I put first. But everyone else was not a massive fan of it. So why don't you? Well, you kind of gave your opinion, but why don't you give us the lowdown on why it's so bad in your eyes?
It is not bad. It is definitely not a bad decal. For me, it is just more of a personal preference. I feel like almost all of the decals I can are very good.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So it is more or less a coin toss and a little bit of a personal opinion here. For me personally, for others, they may disagree, but I think it is a very good overall showing of decals this season. I know Friday is not that much of a fan of the overall, but we will come to that in a second. Let's go to the next one. DXD.
Oh no, the split vote, not again.
That is also that missed the mark for me. Where the logo, I can look at it and it's getting better the longer I look at it. This is getting kind of worse.
Yeah, this time I'm definitely losing the chat. If I wasn't losing them in the last one, I had them in at third. I can already see the chat not agreeing with that. I really like the DXT shade of green, and I think it works really, really well with the dark blue. I just think they contrast really well. Like the issues that I had with the Bro decal where they didn't fit together. I think these two colors really work together. But
the
I've
colors work
always,
in my opinion too, but like the style of the
I've
decal.
always thought simple works well. MPV. I'm gonna hold you to that. I have said I voted Brave High because simple worked. So I am sticking with simple working. I like the color. And as much as I'm losing the chat, I think it's a good decal.
All right, now we are going to actually the highest rated decal we have this time. And it's CSQ.
It's amazing.
Yep. It is slightly for me like the Fennec, and since we also don't rate the Dominus, since not everyone has the Dominus, it slightly loses me when veering off to the side on the Fennec a little bit, but on the Octane, it comes into the center from both sides nicely, so that's why I think the Octane is first and the Fennec is around some fifth in terms of like design.
Definitely. I mean, we've both done hype chambers for RSC, and I can tell you, every single time the DSQ logo, decal, and the color scheme on the hype chamber comes up, it always looks amazing on the hype chamber, on the renders, on everything. The decal, it just perfectly hits exactly what I would want it to be. And I mean, I am always pretty obviously a fan of the DSQ logo and decals. I had them in at first. They came first. I love basically all of the DSQ assets. They all match together and they all look amazing in my eyes. And I can't really say much more than that.
All right. So, wait, did we skip Godalians here? One sec.
Yes, we have skipped at Good Aliens. Reverse. There we go.
All right. Also, this is a much better picture than we got. Than we have for the individual cars, because the angle is slightly flat. Doesn't show that much. Personally, I'm not that much of. I'm a fan of the gold. I mean, Arch is a great fan of Vitality, and therefore he ranked it first because it has a similar style to it. Like now, I can see why it's ranked higher for others. So, yeah, with 9th, I'm a little bit low. It is 6th best decal or 6th best decal overall. I will say
Definitely.
in a new ranking, it would be improved. It is a really
Hmm.
nice decal. It just
I
the
think
white looks like a little bit gray and not silver. For me.
that's true. I 100% think, because obviously I don't pay much attention to what's going on around anyway. The two pictures that we have on our sheet are not the greatest pictures, like you said. I think if I'd have seen it from the top down, I would have rated it slightly higher. I had it in at 8th, like you said. It came 6th overall. I think I would have bumped it up a couple places having seen the top, because I think that looks very, very clean. But we only have to go off the pictures that we have. Still a very, very good decal, though. And it appears chat do seem to agree with us that it is a relatively good decal. But now onto another one of the decals that they look good. I'm not 100% sold on it. This doesn't show the front of the illusory car with the logo that we talked about. I'm a big fan of the logo that is on this car. That is about as far as I go with the car. Past there, it kind of just middle of the pack for me.
It is something you either like or dislike completely. It is just the aesthetic overall. It is for me a well executed decal. If you don't vibe with the 80s vibe that the decal has, it won't be a decal for you. But if you vibe with it, it's probably one of the best decals out there with that aesthetic. So it is also ended in the middle of the pack, slightly higher than last time. It is one of the staples. So,
Definitely.
looking to become a new staple, yeah, that is my Staken. Slightly stretched, I might add. It looks like.
It's stretched out the car.
Slightly. But yeah, overall, not the management overall was not that much of a fan of it. It just ended 16th. Would you want to talk through your
I'm
opinion?
going purely off the same reason why Illusory got slightly higher, DSQ got first, and a few of the others got where they got. Where's the red? The mistaken logo is red, white, and blue. However, their decal is only the blue and white, which very much confused me when I was looking at this. It wasn't entirely the reason why I put it up in 15th. It overall came 16th, but I do think that splash of red that's in the logo, if that appeared on the car, would be amazing.
All right, apparently that was an issue by Buddha, because apparently this should have been on Red Fennec, I guess.
That would have made a lot more sense, yeah.
The decal should also work with a car that people can actually have, is the issue. I mean, if you're using custom decals, you get a backers mod anyway already. The point is really it should also work on a default car as much as possible. Right? What doesn't work for the majority of us were the Nate decal.
Yeah.
It was no. It is not bad, but I would say it does too little with what the theme of Irish warriors and Gaelic warriors can actually do.
Chat may lose it slightly when we say that this logo came in at 18th place. I am agreeing with what we're seeing in chat. It does look sort of like Green Phoenix 2.0. I've already said I'm not a fan of their logo overall, in comparison to a lot of other logos. I especially given Given that I put dexterity so high, I'm sure people are not going to be happy with me slamming this one into where I put it as 16th, not 18th. The average was about 16th. It's just that some logos were that divisive between the admins that they managed to sneak in slightly higher. But overall, coming in at 18th, it's not. The problem is it's not bad, but it doesn't vibe with me.
All right, next one, Nexus, which is one of the highest rated decals, which I think Nexus has made a really good job. This is, to a degree, actually what I would have expected Nate to look, with a lot more in the dark green tone and a little bit more in like a warrior aesthetic on the hood, instead of the linking that Nexus is standing for. So I can only say a very good decal. It was ranked overall 5th. What does chat say?
Chat, so far I've read Alex saying I would put it in the middle. Blaze says they like it. Ozzy's got it about top 5. I personally agreed with Alex. I had it in at 10th place. It is a very, very good decal. Once again, it's just a case of I think there's better. It is, once again, similar to what Alex has said. I just think there's a bit too much with the chains. It also, I don't know if the picture we had on our end was as nice as this picture here is. I can't actually, this one isn't loading on the sheet for me.
That was the picture.
It was the same picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was. I think it's just the chains, and I don't know. It's just something feels off, and I can't really say it. Yeah, I think that is a good point from Blaze. The chains do look much better on the Fennec than they do the Octane. It's really out of place in the Octane.
All right. This is the picture we got out of the decal, and not much of a fan. Overall, it was placed 19th because Mox play. I would argue Mox placed it so high that it doesn't get last compared to the decal that actually got last. We got also sent better screenshots. I would personally wouldn't have rated it much higher, but it definitely, the angle doesn't help the case currently.
True. Realistically, like you said, this should have been last. Mox snuck in at the last minute and put it in as second place. It's not. The problem is, it's not a bad decal. It is just, once again, one of the ones that just I'm not a huge fan of. It, for lack of a better description, to me feels like a pack of crayons. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, and I don't know if don't know if Blaze is going to be too happy with that description from me. But I don't know.
I would agree. No, it's not the worst decal. It is definitely not
Blaze, not a fan of what I described. So let's just go to the next decal before I cause an outrage with Blaze. We have Shadow Esports coming in at 4th place. I think Shadow comes in at a similar place for me, for the same reason that a lot of the other darker cars have placed quite well for me, in that, I mean, the hype chamber picture doesn't do it justice. The reflections are way too high on it. When it's in the actual game, it looks incredible, and it is one of the few cars that I have considered actually setting my decal to while playing. The others being the likes of DSQ, obviously, given I put them first. That being said, I did put them in at 11th after all that nice things I've just said to them, which I think was also slightly to do with me having just woken up and just looking at that picture.
Yeah, it doesn't really do it justice.
It
a little bit.
It doesn't do
It's
it
a little
justice,
bit
but it is a
much.
good decal.
All right, now we come to, because we have not gotten an updated version of this, and we have to say Team Berserkers would have needed it. Would have definitely needed it. This is the high-res screenshot from Conflict's video, introduction video. And I'm not sure if it makes it worse, because it now looks like a tin can.
The simple information that I think sums up everything the admin said about this one. Last season, Team Berserkers came 20th. This season, Team Berserkers have come 20th. I actually did rate Team Berserkers as much as I was hating on the SCR car compared. I did put, I'm sure they will be happy about this, I did put Team Berserkers lower than I put SCR Esports. Mutz, on the other hand, did not put Team Berserkers lower than SCR, so why don't you talk about that, Mutz?
I'm talking about the fact that the pictures we had were bumper. And I already corrected that if I saw it from the proper angle, placed higher. Not exceptionally much higher, but it would have definitely placed higher.
Definitely. Sorry, the quality of that image is really through me. Okay.
This is gonna spark a lot of controversy. So much controversy.
This looks a lot better in the image that I had. Maybe it's because it's not as stretched out. It definitely deserves more pixels, but everyone other than Mox and Arch had this 7th or higher. I believe that is me and Friday had it in at 7th. Mutz having it in at 4th and Reptic having it in at 5th. Ark and Mox, on the other hand, disagreed. Ark had it in at 19th. Mox had it in at 17th. Once again, it is just a case of, I think, a black decal with the main color of the team. It works well. You will have to ask Mox and Ark why they don't like it as much. I think overall it came 9th, largely probably due to the 19th and 17th place. Probably because it's such low quality. I don't know, but I quite like this decal.
I would also say it is one of the few themes that you barely see in Rocket League, like floral or plant themes, or like vines, stuff like that, like proper and not like Leviathan under the sea anime decal. So I think it feels also a niche that I like to have seen before. And also the negative logo looks a lot better, I feel, than the actual logo. That being said, yeah, there is a limit of how much this. Also, I think the Octane looks better on this one, but that is one of the most divisive calls we have had. At the very least in this logo.
Yes.
Probably the most divisive one, actually.
Now, Team Serene is an interesting case. My hatred of Team Serene's franchise decal, I'm just going to start it with that, stems from one simple issue for Team Serene. And that comes down to the franchise colors they pick. So it's not even really an issue with the decal, it's just hatred by association. The decal itself is a very, very nice decal. The problem is, they always pick for a franchise color pink. I don't know if they've done it this season, but all the past seasons when I did it, Team Serene picked pink as their franchise color, which doesn't match their logo, and the pink they pick doesn't match their decal. So I don't know where they pick the color from, but it's always just, I don't know, it's always made me not like their decal because it just none of their color scheme matched. Like overall, it came in at 13th place, which is one place lower than it did last season. It's not a bad decal. I just think I just hate how their color scheme matches across everything, and so it kind of dropped it down a bit for me.
I mean, that is something that Luke has to take up with Serenity at one point. But yeah, I think the decal itself is solid. Also, the Fennec decal with the diesel fume aesthetic is also quite nice. Like overall, I feel like the season has, with a few with an exception here and there, provided us with very good decals overall, and it's just compared to the others, I don't see myself using that much as other franchise decals.
Definitely. Ark and Mox once again being the lower two, but this one was pretty even. There was only 3 places, sorry, put by the admin team. There was 12th, 13th, and 14th. So ending 13th, it makes sense. Overall, it actually averaged perfectly out to 13th. So it is exactly where it should be. But on to another slightly divisive decal, and once again the picture a bit squashed and a bit stretched. Wide Fennec moment. Just remember, the wide Fennec cannot hurt anyone. This one, me and you, I think, agreed. I went slightly more extreme. We agreed that it wasn't as low as 7th and 6th put down by Ark and Reptic. Sorry, I had it in at 18th. You had it in at 13th. Friday had it at 12th, and Mox had it in at 15th. So that's that. Reptic and Ark had it 6th and 7th respectively. Someone has put basically, I think my whole reason, and that is, I believe it is it Sonic's Esports? I want to say
they said Sonics in chat.
Yeah. I think it's just too similar to. I know it's kind of a similar color scheme, but it's like the this is gonna send me a bit of a wild one in the chat, but it's a bit like the DXT logo, except I'm not a huge fan of the 2 colors picked.
Yeah, I mean overall the decal is decent. I like the colors more than you do, but then again I have just more decals that I favor a lot more.
Yeah. But shall we go to the final decal? Now this one coming in 1 place higher than the Team Vortex decal. They got 12th. This one gets 11th. The Unitox decal. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one looks pretty good. The only issue I have with it is you can see it kind of on the side of the Fennec there, is the Unitox logo spam on the side. I think without that, I would have put it higher. I had it in at 13th. Everyone else had it in around 11th. There was a 9th and a 7th from Reptic and Mox. It's 4 places higher than it was last season. And like I said, it's a clean decal. I just don't like the Unitox logo appearing like 20 times on the side.
Yeah, I like it. For me, it is still a little... It feels like what it should be, like an Aux ramming glass shards or something like that, something similar. It is just not a feel I vibe with a decal. And for me, I can say it's a solid middle of the tier decal, and a good way to round out our logo ratings and give the people a summary.
Definitely. I mean, I will say for Someone's saying I'm rage baiting. Don't worry, I will release my my numbers publicly, I will send them in a Discord afterwards so that people can pick apart and hate on my decisions. But going through our decal rankings, we go from first place being DSQ, the same as the logo rankings. Then followed by Aspire, Azteca, Shadow, Nexus, Godallions, the Bro Community, Illusory, Team MPB, and Dexterity in your top 10 decals.
Just missing out is Unitox, then continuing with Team Vortic, Brave Esports, Team Serene, Chrome Esports, Mistaken at 16th, DevCloud at 17th, Nate at 18th, SCR at 19th, and Team Berserkers at 20th.
And Conflict asking how Azteca made it into the top 10. I'm a big fan of mostly black decals, which is where mine came in from. I don't know about the others, but that is your logo rankings, as we see DSQ being first and Nexus being your best newcomers for decals. And now I believe we get onto the most fun part of this stream, in my opinion, aside from potentially what some people see in the horse race. It's hilarious.
Yep.
But the most exciting part, figuring out what conference people are in. It is time for our conference draw. And I will let you do the honors, Mutz, of going for the first one.
All right, let's spin the wheel and see where it goes. And the wheel is ending on Mushy Pea Brains, Team MPB. It's gonna be the leader for Ignis. So, who will be the leader for Glacis? Mal, tell
We
me.
should. Oh, I didn't even get to say spin the wheel. What the hell, Stingray? But it will be. I believe that is going to be Mistaken Esports. It is. They will be the first team picked for the Glacis conference. Now, Mutz, why don't you take it away with this one?
Yes, so 2 new franchises heading the 2 conferences. And spin the wheel, Stingray, so we can see who's joining MPB. Oh, another new franchise under a very experienced leadership. Nexus Esport is gonna take on MPB. And who else? We will find out later, but now Mal can tell us who Mistaken are facing.
Yes. Stingray, can you do the honors and spin the wheel, please? I finally got to say it. I've been waiting so long to say that because usually I'm in the background. And I think, oh, there we go. It froze up for a second, but we have Neat Esports coming in as your second team in the Glacis conference. And for the person in chat asking, what does the leader of conference mean? It just means you are the first franchise in the conference. The conferences are split in two to allow basically a shorter overall amount of matches needing to be played. It first picked, last pick doesn't matter. It's just which franchise, which conference you're in.
And 2 you get to beef with over the course of the season as well.
Exactly.
All right, MPB is MPB's group. Ignis is gonna be stacked up with, and spin the wheel, Stingray. With, oh, all right, with Unitox. That is also gonna be a very fun interaction. And Unitox. That is something I'm looking.
Definitely.
Right now.
But shall we go on to? I believe this is number 3 for Glacis. I've already lost. We are so early into this, and I've already lost count. But the next one for Glacis. Can we spin that wheel, Stingray? And it keeps. I like how it freezes up for a second. It's very, very skillful how he's rigging this in the background. Thank you. we have Team Serene coming in to the Glaciers conference as team number 3. I believe Stingray said he's going to do a recap. Was that what I heard correctly? Yes, it was.
All right, Ignis. Now we have Team MPB, Nexus Esport, and Unitox.
And on the side of Glacies, we have Mistaken, Neat, and Team Serene. That's very kind of Stingray to show us this quick overview, because I will forget who's in what conference very, very fast. But I believe it is your turn once again, Mutz.
All right, time to draw a team into Glacies. Spin the wheel, Stingray. All right, and we are going with Illusory. I was gonna say mostly new franchises being drawn, but Illusory is a staple franchise. Who's going to Glacies then?
Let's find out who will be joining. Team Serene, can we spin that wheel, Stingray? Now, this is number 4 for the Glacies conference. It is looking to be Death Cloud Esports joining on that side. Now, I think I'm getting more of the old franchises. I feel like I've got a majority so far, whereas yours is very much newer franchises.
Yeah, still.
Right? Yeah. Well, your turn.
So it will not be a purple conference this time. We are still waiting on an old. But spin the wheel, Stingray, to see who's in Ignis. And it is gonna be Brave. They indeed have to be brave and go forward to see if they can make it out. I know that it was a terrible joke, but here we go.
I thought we'd escaped Rhino and Pegasus's dumb puns from the horse race, but we've still got to make up for it here. The only way that we can get rid of these puns is if we spin the wheel once again. Who will be joining the other 4 teams in the Glacies conference? It is not going to be SCR like they are wanting in chat. It is looking to be Team Vortic. I don't know much about Team Vortic. They're a new team, so that's about all I can really say about them. So over to you, Mutz.
Yeah, so a little bit, Vortic was formerly known as Flawless, or the Rocket League division of Flawless, who has been here for 2 seasons in RSC, and they are looking to return with a new brand and with a new brand and new energy. But energy also is needed for the next franchise to go into Ignis. Spin the wheel, Stingray. And Ignis is another Ignis member is Chrome Esport. Completely new management as before with Pears, Ronan, and Stones. It's gonna be interesting to see how they will fare.
But who will be joining on the side of Mistaken, Vortex, Deathcloud, and the other 2 franchises in the Glaciers? There's only one way to find out. Stingray, can we spin the wheel once again? Mino in chat is predicting Azteca. I am predicting Team Berserkers personally. It's a lot easier when I say it after it's already going to land on Team Berserkers. But they will be joining the Glacies conference as the 6th member. They are a very, very old franchise, and I mean they don't do very well at the whole decal rating situation, but maybe they'll do better at placement. Who knows?
I mean, knowingly or historically, quite solid overall placements. Team Berserkers has been a force to be reckoned with throughout the franchise's endings. Playoffs, not quite so much, but we will see how that goes this season. So, but let's make a summary here again. Team MPB, Nexus Esports, Unitox, Illusory, Brave Esports, and Chrome Esports are currently in the Ignis conference waiting 4 more teams.
And over in the Glaciers Conference, we have Mistaken Esports, Neat Esports, Team Serene, Deathcloud Esports, Team Vortic, and Team Berserkers. I'm hoping in the next 4 teams that appear there, I won't forget any of their names because honestly, I don't know half of these logos and I am just winging it. So if I get it wrong, I apologize. But let us go back to the wheel. It is once again your spin, Mutz.
All right, spin the wheels, Stingray, and let's see who joins the teams in Ignis. Oh, and it's the pro community, and they have arrived from the hot south into the fire conference. So, will they be burned or not? That is the question. There will be there are very excited people already for rivalry between Chrome and them and Unitox. So it's gonna be something very entertaining at the
Definitely. But we will see who may get frozen as we spin the wheel once again for the Glaciers Conference. Now, I am potentially hoping on the content of SCR being the last picked, but DSQ first in logo rankings, first in decal rankings, 7th to be picked for the Glaciers Conference. A very, very well-performing franchise. There isn't really much more that can be said about them. They always do relatively well. And, I mean, I'm a big fan of DSQ, so I'm glad they're in the Glaciers Conference.
Yeah. First time since a while, Nation sending off the reins to someone else, so big shoes to fill. But now, Stingray, let's spin the wheel to see who is going into Ignis. And it is Aspire Esports. From Glaciers to Ignis. Now we will see how they perform in the other conference season.
Definitely. To take pick number 8 for the Glaciers Conference, Stingray, spin the wheel once again, please. As potentially SCR Esports being picked doesn't matter. They are still within the wheel. Now I don't know how Stingray is going to do his pause as Godalians is picked, but I think we should pause on 9 in each conference to then do the last 2 as the showdown. But Godalians, a very, very good organization. I've had dealings with them before. I'm sure they will do incredible in the Glaciers Conference.
All right, but now into the Ignis conference. Who of these 4 is gonna join the others? Stingray, spin the wheel.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not SCR.
It is Shadow Esports for the first time since ages, since we have been in the Ignis conference. I think it probably was the last time when I actually... Huh. That was quite a bit ago.
Yeah, I mean,
so, we'll see.
You are a bit of a boomer there, Mutz. Just saying. But I'm sure.
I know. It's probably like most of the chat is aware at this point.
We do have the potential currently of the team that came last in the horse race and the team that came last in the logo the logo ratings. There could be the face out. So there's only one way to find out who will be the remaining 2. Stingray, can you spin that wheel? Ooh. Oh my god. Could that be SCR or is it going to go to Azteca?
Azteca, I think.
No. SCR make it into the Glaciers Conference as number 9. They are not the last picked. That does still leave Dexterity. SCR, I'm sure they will be glad at not being picked last here as we go to the info screen.
All right, waiting for the last member of the conference. First in Ignis, it's Team Mushy Pea Brains. Then we have Nexus Esport, Unitox, Illusory, Brave Esports, Rome Esports, Bro Community, Fire Esports, and Shadow Esports.
And on the side of Glacies, we have Mistaken, Neat Esports, Team Serene, Deathcloud Esports, Team Vortex, Team Berserkers, DSQ, Godalians, and SCR Esports, who I'm seeing in chat are so unhappy that they did not come last, which I feel like is once again them losing, sadly, because they did not get picked when they wanted to be. But Mutz, I will allow you to handle the showdown here.
All right, the showdown between Dexterity and Azteca Esports. Stingray, spin the wheel. And we are going.
Oh.
That's
Dexterity, I think.
Dexterity. That is Dexterity. So Shadows can now basically try to get past before for choosing the horse race. But that is something that he is not gonna make. Anyway,
we see Stingray in chat. More cannot haunt me in League play. Stingray has been saved. However, as much as I'm sure we all know what the answer is, maybe somehow it's different. Stingray, for the last time tonight, can you spin the wheel? Now, I wonder which franchise is going to appear last here in the Glacies Conference. It is looking to be Azteca Esports, the final picked franchise for a conference. Welcome to the Glacies Conference alongside some of the best franchises. As we all know, the Glacies Conference, the better conference, it's got the better franchises. Except for SCR.
Yeah, we have gone over to Ignis to balance time. So we let SCR go over. That is the story now. All right. What is also Blaze? Mal does not have anything against SCR Mal trolls everyone. That is just fact. But now let's summary one more time. Team Mushy Pea Brains, Nexus Esports, Unitox, Illusory, Brave, Chrome, Bro Community, Aspire, Shadow, and Dexterity make up the Ignis Conference for RSC17.
Definitely. And over in the Glacies Conference, we have Mistaken, Neat, Team Serene, Deathcloud Esports, Vortic. You see, I knew I wasn't going to make it through the entire one without forgetting. Was it Vortic? Yes, Team Vortic, Team Berserkers, DSQ, Godalians, SCR Esports, and Azteca. And I mean, Blaze, you were saying that I've been selecting you the whole team. I didn't forget your franchise name, so you can't be doing wrong there. And once again, to Conflict bring it up in chat, it does say RSC16 in the top. That was a slight oversight on our part. This is definitely the RSC17 conference draw. Hopefully everyone enjoys their place. And like Mutz is saying, I don't hate any of the franchises here. Or, I don't hate any of the franchises here more than the other franchises. But congratulations to everyone on their conference positions. And we hope you all enjoy the conferences that you're in.
That being said, that is more or less it for the stream. After now 2.5 hours, we can say the season is set up. The action is about to begin, with the draft being up in only a few days.
Yes, it is. Before we leave, though, we have the very important thing to do at the end of every stream, and that is to thank the sponsors. We have, hopefully I've got my arm the right way, I do, good. We have Badass Esports, SpartanWare, who make lovely jerseys like the one, or the jacket that you can see me wearing currently, Trophi.ai, and please use code RSC-EU in the Epic Games Store, as well as technically not on the sponsors list, but everyone who subscribes, donates, interacts in the RSC community. It really helps us keep going. I know everyone enjoying it is what keeps me coming back, I guess is the right word, because I was going to say staying, but this is my first season back. So coming back to RSC is what the lovely people enjoying their time does for me.
Oh yes, it's gonna be it's gonna be great, and it's all thanks to all you great viewers, you beautiful viewers. I need to find words to describe how much it means to keep supporting the league and making all of this even possible.
But yeah, I mean, as we said, we will be back on Friday. I don't know if Mutz will be back for the franchise draft. I think I am broadcasting the franchise draft, so I will be in the background, hating on SCR as I do best. It will be taking part on Friday and Saturday of this week. I don't know the exact start times because it depends when I am available after work, but we will be back on Friday. No matter what, the draft will commence and everyone will be assigned a team. So, unless Mutz has anything to add, I think that is all from us.
I don't have anything to add other than to say thank you for watching, have a good night, and see you on draft day.
Bye!